Here's an uncomfortable truth. You've handed your life over to emotional hijackers. They dress like comfort, they whisper like wisdom, but they're stealing your freedom, fishing for approval in silent apologies, endless scrolling on social media, and indecisive what-ifs. These habits trade your freedom for fog, drain your energy, and kill your momentum. Cut these strings, or bleed out slowly. Break the prison you built without knowing it. Right now, as you hear these words, invisible forces are pulling the strings of your decisions, your dreams, and your daily actions. You think you're in control, but the truth is far more disturbing. Most people go their entire lives never realizing they're puppets in their own story, dancing to the rhythm of forces they've never identified, let alone confronted. They wake up every day and hand over the most valuable parts of their lives without a fight. I've seen dreams die not because they were impossible, but because the dreamers were imprisoned by invisible chains they never learned to break. The question that should haunt you is this: what if it's not the world, your resources, or your abilities holding you back, but some unseen forces pulling the strings of your life? Here are the 4 silent controllers that are stealing your life. Number 1, the approval addiction. You know that feeling when you're about to post something on social media and you pause, wondering what people will think. That's not social awareness. That's the approval addiction controlling your life. This isn't about being considerate or polite. This is about making life-altering decisions based on what others might think instead of what you know is right for you. You choose careers that impress people rather than fulfill you. You stay in relationships that look good on paper but feel empty in reality. You bite your tongue when you should speak up, and you speak when you should stay silent. All because you're more scared of being disliked than being unfulfilled, and you'd rather keep their applause than claim your own life. The brutal truth: every time you choose their approval over your authenticity, you die a little. Every single time. The most successful people I know have one thing in common. They stopped asking permission to be themselves. They realized that the people whose approval they were chasing were often living equally unfulfilled lives, seeking approval from others in an endless cycle of mutual deception. Ask yourself this: if you knew that nobody would judge your decisions, what would you do differently tomorrow? Number 2, the comparison trap. Social media has turned comparison into a full-time job. You scroll through feeds of highlight reels and wonder why your behind-the-scenes reality doesn't measure up. You see someone's promotion announcement and don't know about the 60-hour weeks and missed family dinners it took to get there. But here's what's really happening. You're comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. You're comparing your rough draft to their published novel. You're comparing your learning curve to their mastery. The comparison trap doesn't just steal your joy, it steals your focus. While you're busy measuring yourself against others, you're not building anything meaningful yourself. You're like a runner who stops mid-race to watch other runners instead of focusing on their own finish line. The wake-up call. The energy you spend comparing yourself to others is energy stolen from becoming the person you're meant to be. Number 3, your overactive mind. Your mind is supposed to be your greatest asset, but for most people, it's become their greatest enemy. You overthink every decision until the opportunity passes. You analyze every risk until you're paralyzed by possibilities. You plan so much that you never actually do anything. This isn't intelligence. This is mental masturbation. It feels productive, but it produces nothing except stress and missed opportunities. I know people who have spent years planning businesses they never started, relationships they never pursued, and dreams they never attempted. All because their overactive mind convinced them they needed more information, more preparation, more certainty. Here's what your overactive mind doesn't want you to know. Perfect information doesn't exist. Perfect timing is a myth. Perfect preparation is procrastination in disguise. The most successful people in the world make decisions with incomplete information and adjust as they go. They understand that clarity comes through engagement, not through endless analysis. The reality check. Every day you spend overthinking is a day someone else spends taking action on the same opportunity you're still considering. Number 4, the poison of unresolved anger. This one is the most dangerous because it masquerades as strength. You carry grudges like badges of honor. You replay old arguments like favorite movies. You let people who hurt you years ago continue hurting you every single day through the resentment you refuse to release. Unresolved anger isn't just an emotional problem. It's a life problem. It colors every new relationship with the pain of old ones. It makes you defensive when you should be open, closed when you should be vulnerable, and bitter when you should be hopeful. The hard truth. The person you refuse to forgive isn't losing sleep over your resentment. They've moved on. You haven't. Your anger is a jail cell where you're both the prisoner and the jailer, and you're the only one with the key. Successful people don't forgive because the other person deserves it. They forgive because they deserve freedom. They understand that forgiveness isn't about the past. It's about the future they refuse to sacrifice to someone else's actions. The choice that changes everything. Here's what I want you to understand. These 4 controllers only have power over you because you've given it to them. Every single day, you wake up and choose whether to hand over your remote control or keep it for yourself. The approval addiction loses its power the moment you decide your opinion of yourself matters more than anyone else's opinion of you. The comparison trap disappears when you realize that your only competition is the person you were yesterday. The overactive mind becomes your servant instead of your master when you set deadlines for decisions and honor them regardless of how much more you could analyze. The poison of unresolved anger loses its grip when you choose your future over your past. Tomorrow morning, you'll wake up with the same 24 hours as everyone else. The only question is, who will be in control of how you spend them? Will it be the approval addicts who want you to live for their comfort? Will it be the highlight reels of strangers who don't even know your name? Will it be the overactive mind that would rather plan than perform? Will it be the ghosts of past hurts that should have been buried long ago? Or will it finally be you? The choice is yours. And not choosing is still a choice. It's choosing to remain controlled. The moment you stop auditioning for a role no one else is living, close the tabs comparing your chapter 1 to someone's epilogue, release the ghosts poisoning your present, is the moment your life ignites. That's your soul uncuffed. That's your power flooding back. That's the real you, raw, unedited, gloriously free, stepping into the light. Your real life is waiting on the other side of this decision. The question is, how much longer will you make it wait?